Byju's Killer, Dream 11, ACC Cement, and Hyundai. The BCCI would also like to thank the State Association and all the local authorities who were involved in the smooth conduct of the series and this match as well. Right, our presentation party, starting from my immediate left, my old friend Mr. Roger Binney, President of the BCCI, is with us. Mr. Jay Shah, Secretary of the BCCI. Mr. Dhanraj Nathwani, GCA President. Mr. Kirti Sangani, Associate General Manager, ACC Cement. Vara Chandni, Dilip Bhai, Dream 11 Game Changer fan. Mr. Virat Khullar, AVP Group Head Marketing, Hyundai Motors India. Mr. Sai Giridhar, MasterCard Guest. And Mr. Vikas Verma, Chief Operating Officer, MasterCard. My first invitation goes to the New Zealand captain, Mitchell Santner. If I can request him to come and have a chat with us. Mitchell Santner. Well done. Thank you very much for the applause. Brilliant in the first two games. Slight disappointment today. So you want to tell us your thoughts after the game?
Yeah, I guess it was a little disappointing. I guess to make it to a series decider in front of everyone would have been nice to take the trophy. But, you know, credit to India. They played exceptionally well throughout. Obviously, Gill's in pretty good nick at the moment, and it was a pleasure to watch.
And the collapses would be something that you'd not be too happy about. 15 for 5 in the one-dayers, and here again, you know, you had the number 6 batter coming in the 4th over. So that's something that would displease you, despite, you know, the absence of all your stalwarts.
Yeah, it's obviously tough to win if you lose 5 in the power play, but I think, you know, in India it can be challenging for the first few overs with the ball swinging and doing a bit. So I think if you look at the way India play, they obviously have a little look to start with, and then once they get used to the wicket, flattens out, then they go. So I think, yeah, I guess for us we lost 3 or 4 in the first three or four overs, so it's pretty tough to come back from.
But this is a 50 overs World Cup year, and it's going to be played in these conditions. So just take your mind back to the one-day series and tell us some of the real positives that you've seen in that performance in individual, because these are the conditions that they'll face when they come here.
Yeah, I guess with I guess that time of the year there could be a bit of dew around, so I guess you got to plan accordingly. And obviously, I think most teams might bowl first, but yeah, obviously we saw some pretty good wickets in the ODI series. So if it's like that for the World Cup, it was obviously a great series to be a part of, I guess to witness it and learn from. I guess those experiences going forward, and you know, I guess we were treated to some pretty good batting from India. I think it was Gilly again, but yeah, I guess for us it's trying to be able to chip wickets out, and it might be restricting teams to 320 on wickets like that.
Well, all the best for that when you come for the 50 overs World Cup, and well played in this series. Unfortunate what happened tonight. Well done, Mitchell.
Thank you.
So that was Mitchell Santner, the captain of New Zealand. Our next presentation is the ACC Trusted Player of the Match. And of course, this goes to Surya Kumar Yadav for his 24 of 13 balls. And he had 3 catches as well. So he's having the time of his life. Kirti Sangani will present a trophy and a cheque of ₹1 lakh as the ACC Trusted Player of the Match. The next presentation is the Dream 11 Game Changer of the Match, and this one goes to Rahul Tripathi, who's playing some interesting innings at number 3. He had 44 of 22, a strike rate of 200 that got India going. Vara Chandni, Dilip Bhai will present the award, a trophy and a cheque of ₹1 lakh. Next up, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 Power Player Award is Shubman Gill, who got, well, another sensational innings. Got 34 of 20 balls in the power play, and that's the concept of this award. And Mr. Virat Khullar will present a cheque and a trophy as well. Now it's the big award, the MasterCard Player of the Match, and really it's a no-brainer. Shubman Gill, once again, we have to invite him, a MasterCard Player of the Match. 126 of 63 balls, which is the highest T20 international score for India. 12 fours and 7 sixes. So Shubman Gill, well done. rapid growth is what everyone is watching in the kind of shots and from format to format. What a sensational last few weeks. 100 in Bangladesh, then the double 100, and today the highest T20 international score for an Indian.
Yeah, it feels good, when you practice and it pays off. I was backing myself to get the big ones even in one days and in T20s. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for me in the Sri Lanka series and in the first couple of matches there, but happy to get the big ones for the team.
And always interesting when you watch people hit the big shots. Everyone has their own style. You seem to just stand there and there is foot movement, but not too much deliberate. And then you just keep your shape and hit the ball a long way. Is that something that you devise as the best way to get that ball a distance?
I mean, everybody has a different technique to, hit those sixes. And the talk with, even with Hardik Bhai, he told me before the match and even before the series, just play your game and bat how you normally do. You don't have to do anything extra. And he kept on backing me, and fortunately it paid off for me today in this match.
Never easy when you're part of 3 formats. So tough or easy, or is something that you new age players adapt pretty easily?
I mean, when you are representing your country, I don't think there's any kind of fatigue. I always wanted to play for India, and being fortunate enough to play all the 3 formats, I think it's a blessing. So I don't think there's any kind of fatigue.
Well done. It was great watching you, thoroughly entertaining, and all the best for the near future. Well done, Shubman.
Thank you.
So that was Shubman Gill, the MasterCard player of the match. Next presentation is the MasterCard player of the series. It was a tough choice because every player, contributed, but there was one guy who made some noteworthy contributions right through the series, whether it was some tidy overs or some useful runs, or whether it was tactics, which is super from both sides. Hardik Pandya is a MasterCard player of the series. It's a combination of 3 things: runs, crucial runs, wickets. He got 3 today, and tactically I thought he was outstanding, and so was Mitchell Santner, by the way. So Vikas Verma will present a check of 2.5 lakhs and a trophy, and Hardik is our player of the series. Did you expect that? Because it was a tough choice, but in the end we went for somebody who did, something substantial every game.
Oh, about the man of the series?
Yeah, player of the series.
I don't mind, but as you said, there are some performances which were exceptional. But, to be honest, my man of the series goes to the whole support staff, the whole team. And I'm happy at the end of the day I'm receiving the same day that I'm receiving the trophy, I'm receiving the man of the series for them.
Yeah, last game there was that 20 not out. Today there were wickets there and runs at crucial stages. But really what stood out, and I must include Mitchell Santner as well, Hardik, tactically, you guys were superb, purely because this was not a typical T20 series. You had to think out of the box.
Not to be honest. I've always played the game like this. I've always tried to read the situation, what is required at the time, rather than, kind of preconceived ideas. And more often than not, because of the kind of situations, as I have earlier as well mentioned, that where I have batted most of the time and kind of played in the franchise, where I had to kind of evolve as a player as well, and which has helped me as well. So in my captaincy as well, that's what I look for. It's just keep it simple, do what exactly is required at that point of time, and a lot of time I back my gut, and I have a very simple rule in my life, in a captaincy as well. If I want to go down, I'll go down on my decision. So at the end of the day, that's really the reason I think a lot of the calls I take it on my own, because I like to take the ownership, and eventually I take the practical call, and it generally pays off.
Yeah, you won the toss, batted first, and people were wondering why bat first. Well, you took that call and you owned up to it, and it was in the end a brilliant call, so well done.
Thank you. Yes, we have spoken about we want to take the challenges. And when we played the IPL final, I felt the second inning was more spicier. But having said that, as a group, we want to challenge ourselves. But at the same point of time, this decider games, we want to make it very normal. We want people, if they are decider games, your back is against the ball, but we want to come out punching. So that's something which we want to emulate on a bigger games, and hopefully when the time comes right, and as a group, if we can do that more often than that, will give us a better chance to succeed and going forward.
Congratulations on another series win. So well done tonight.
Thank
You're
you.
player of the series, but also the captain of this team. So go ahead and collect the MasterCard trophy. The MasterCard India versus New Zealand T20 International Series trophy from Mr. Roger Benny. and Mr. Jayasha Hardik Pandya, the Indian captain, receiving that award.
इंडियन क्रिकेट का एक मुस्कुराता हुआ चेहरा, चाहे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स हो, पूर्व खिलाड़ी हो या इस समय इस यंगिस्तान के इंचार्ज, हार्दिक पांड्या के हाथों से मास्टर कार्ड 1 बिलियन चेयर ट्रॉफी जाएगी पृथ्वी शॉ के हाथों में। चाहे मौका ना मिला हो, लेकिन वापस जुड़े भारतीय टीम के साथ इस पूरे T20 होम सीजन में एक वायदा किया है कि चाहे पिछला गुजरा कल थोड़ा मुश्किल हो, लेकिन टीम तैयारी कर रही है इन युवा चेहरों के साथ आने वाले कल को और बेहतर करने के लिए। चैंपियंस इस मास्टर कार्ड T20 सीरीज के मेन इन ब्लू।